back with another one. We're going to be going over the cycle of regrets, what it is, and like why you get caught up in it, and why I used to get caught up in it. So, take me for an example. Back in 2023, 2022, that was when I was kind of like first kind of like seeing progress in the gym. So I was like, you know what? I want to cut. I want to get abs for summer because I got all these muscles. I might as well go and see them. So it was like March, early year, February, and I remember making these plans for myself. Like the ideas were flowing, and I'd see it, and I was so happy to start. Within a week, I got knocked off, right? And then 3 months went by, and I never stayed consistent enough to actually get the results. So I stayed big. Oh shit! I stayed like I'd never lost the amount of weight that I wanted to, and then when it came time for me to enjoy it, what happened? I didn't have it, so I didn't get to enjoy it. And then when it was time for me to enjoy it, because I didn't have it, I thought back and I regretted. I said, why didn't I just stick to it? And this is the cycle of regrets. You'll get to a point in the future, maybe you're there now, and you look back onto the past and you realize and you tell yourself, I regret not starting. Where would I be right now if I actually started and stuck to this? Where would I be? And then you end up regretting it. I used to end up regretting this all the time because it's like I wished I would have just locked in. It was just such a horrible feeling of regret, you know, that actually sinks in and you feel it. You literally look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, why didn't I just start? Why didn't I just start? Same thing goes for me when I was starting out. I remember this clearly because it was in this room right there. I might even pull up the clip from Snapchat. I have it in my memories. But it was me. I took a picture of the first day I started drop shipping. I was so excited. I was maybe 16, 17 years old. I had a course ready. I bought a course. It was like $150. And I had everything set up. I had my store set up. I had everything. Meanwhile, this course wasn't one-on-one. It was something that I just joined and I got all the information, just like a school community. And then I stuck to it for a week and it didn't work right away. So I stopped, and then I would start and I would stop. And then years later, even now, a year after that, 2 years, I look back on it and I regret not starting because if I would have started that at 16, I'm 21 right now. I would have had 5 years of experience at the start of dropshipping. I would not be in the same position I am today. I can guarantee you that. But I regret it. Do you know why? Because I didn't stick to it for long enough to feel the results and get them. And that's the thing. When you don't get the results, that is what you regret. Because starting it wasn't hard. You probably already tried to start it, but you couldn't. It's the fact that when you get to the time that you were supposed to enjoy those results, you end up thinking back, you end up regretting, and you end up wishing that why wouldn't you have locked in? This loop continues time over time over time until you break this pattern. It becomes a pattern, and it starts from the smallest things, right? The smallest decisions that you make up the big decisions that you make. If you can't make the small decisions in your life, how do you expect yourself to make the big ones? Like, it genuinely doesn't make sense, right? If you can't complete the small tasks that you have to do, how do you expect yourself to go ahead and do the big ones? And this is what I had to come to understand. I had to look at myself. I had to say, why do I keep regretting not doing this? Why do I keep... And when we problem solve, we know our problems. If you think about your problem you're having right now, because I know you have a problem if you're watching this video that you're trying to deal with. Think about your problem. Tell me the solution right now. You'll be able to tell me the solution within 15 seconds, but why haven't you done that yet? You haven't broke out of this pattern. And now, if we use what I just said about pattern interrupts and how we can actually get out of it, using the micro to make up the macro, instead of brute forcing these huge decisions on yourself that you know you're going to fail, why don't you just start doing tasks that you know that you can complete with ease and get really, really good at the micros? Even if it comes down to making your bed every morning, eating the same breakfast every day, going to the gym at the same time every day. Maybe it's even putting a water bottle in the fridge for the next day before you go to work. These micro things, getting them done, getting these decisions and these tasks done right when we start them. You start a task, you finish it. You decide to start a new task, you make sure you finish that, because the longer you leave those tasks lingering, your urgency and decision making slows down. And what happens during the big task? When our urgency slows down after a week, our motivation slows down after a week, what happens? Where do you go? If you don't have that backbone from the micro, you will never make up the macro. And I need you to understand this. Now, I haven't been posting many YouTube videos. Take this for an example. I use my YouTube videos to give you guys value, to share my experiences and how I overcome them, so you can take this information, apply it. This is why I've strayed away from just straight breaking down videos, because there's no emotion with it. There's no reason for you to connect with me and feel it. It's just me giving you information. We live in a world of information. You can find information on whatever you want in this world. With that being true, does that mean you can do anything you want in this world? Let me not get too philosophical, but it makes sense. And since we live in a world of information, you don't know always what's going to be right and what's wrong. Now understand that. There's always going to be information for you to consume. Whether you use it, whether it's the worst workout plan in the world, tailored to you, if you follow it 7 times a week, you'll get results. On the other hand, if you have the most optimized, the best workout plan in the world, nutrition plan in the world, but you follow it twice a week, do you really think you're going to get results? No. That shitty plan followed 7 times a week wins in a 7-game series 4-0. It's not even a debate. You don't need more information. You need to actually break this pattern of regretting not starting and having it impact your life in the future. Because if you constantly live in that loop, you're going to grow up. You're going to lead that's going to lead into you and build into your identity. Or how are you going to have a family? Living a life of regrets. How do you have a family? Right now, living a life full of regrets. Things that you never did. Things that you wish you did. Your fitness. You've probably told yourself summer over summer that you're going to lock in. You're going to go and actually stick to this diet. And you end up regretting it year over year. What example are you setting for not only your family, but your own standards? The people who view you, the people who look up to you. Maybe you're even younger, like my age, 17, 18. You have time that you're about to develop in. And if you don't learn these habits now, you're going to eventually have those lead up into the identity of you when you're older. Stop being a fucking bitch, bro. Like I see this so many times. I talk to so many people about this, and this is going to get me angry. I'll talk to the same people, and we have the same conversations every 6 months. Yes, bro, like I need to lock in. I'm going to do it this time. Like I genuinely, like I miss being there, or I got to get there. And then nothing changes. Like genuinely nothing changes for 3-6 months. And it's the same recurring conversation. And every time it's the exact same words. I'm going to do it this time. Like I need to. Something along those lines. And I'm obviously aware of it because I've gone through it. I've overcome it, and I'm overcoming it presently. So I'm able to be aware of when people do it. But me coming on here, this is for you to hear. You probably need, if you're at this point of the video, you probably need to hear this. And you're a bitch. If you constantly live a life of regrets, I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. If you're in a regret loop and you just physically don't have the work ethic and the determination to put your mind to something and accomplish something, even if it's going to take a month, even if it's going to take 3, you really think your life is going to revolve around a 40-hour work week for the next 40 fucking years? I mean, if you want it to be, go do that, bro. Like, genuinely, it's going to cheat me. There's so many of you guys have so much more potential that you genuinely could unleash, But the longer you live in this cycle of regrets, the less the potential becomes over time, because you're going to take your age for granted. 21, 20, 22, 23. In our 20s, oh, we can just fuck off. We're making money, doing all this, but we can just fuck off and have, bro. Are you seriously going to look at me and tell me you're going to work this job for the next 25 years, 40 years, retire at 50, and actually have nothing else to show for it? Like, if you're one of those people, click the fuck off this video, man. Like, this is about to piss me off. I don't understand how people's minds work in a way that's boxed in. Just showing up to work, and then you look forward to the weekends. Why are you looking forward to the weekends? Every day for me is the start of the week. I gotta rise up and get this. Like, I have to make this happen, and it's going to happen at some point. But looking forward to weekends, going out, drowning yourself in your fucking vices week over week, you're gonna end up regretting it. And yeah, man, like, genuinely, this is a topic that's about to cheese me, because I see the potential in so many of you. I see the potential in so many people. And, when you waste your potential, you regret it. And, I used to waste my potential too. I used to be one of those people that I described. That's why I was talking with so much conviction there. That's why I was talking with so much anger. Because I was talking to my younger self. That used to be me. Going out, drinking every fucking weekend. Showing up just for the bare minimum of work. If there was overtime, maybe I'd show up for an hour or two. But what happened on that Friday? Or what happened on that beach day that I decided to call in because I wanted to go drink at the beach? Like, are we serious, man? I'm glad I realized this early. And you know what? I wish I would have realized this years ago in my life, because I'm thinking about, this is the cycle of regrets. I'm literally regretting my actions of my past self. But me now, with the awareness that I have and the work ethic that I have, I'm able to prevent that from happening to the extent that it's been at. Just trust yourself. Trust whatever I just said. Right? That was a big spiel, but guys, this is important. The longer you end up regretting your actions, the longer you end up in this loop, the less progress and the more potential you waste over time. This is exactly what I help you guys with. Hire bro, I don't care if you hire me. I don't care if you work with a different person. I genuinely think, and this is another one of my regrets, that a mentor, whether it's fitness, business, mindset, whatever that is the greatest thing you can do in today's world. Genuinely, if I had a mentor for fitness, which I'm regretting not doing when I started off, where would I be now? I would probably be 2 years ahead of myself right now. And why am I saving up so much money right now to invest in a business mentor? Because they know they're at a higher level than I am right now. And I have a good application of information, execution on information, a good work ethic. So that information I'm going to be able to take, apply it, get results with it. And I wish I would have started earlier, but I can't dwell on it, because it's shaped me into the person that I am today. So with that, I'll leave you with this: the cycle of regrets.